You are looking at the dust motes in your room right now. But what if I told you that one of those dust motes is actually a computer watching you, listening to you, and transmitting your biological data instantly to a dark data center? This is not a conspiracy theory or a cheap science fiction movie script. This is smart dust, a technology that military research agencies have been working on secretly for years. While watching the dust floating in the sunlight hitting my room's window, when I read the details of this topic, I sat up in my bed and stared at the ceiling with fear for minutes. I am serious. This technology could be the funeral of human privacy and freedom as we know it. The possibility of inhaling millions of invisible cameras with every breath I take drives me crazy. What we call smart dust is technically known as micro-electromechanical systems. They are only 0.15 millimeters in size. It is almost impossible to see them with the naked eye. But despite being exactly 500 times smaller than a standard silicon chip, they contain a processor, a massive sensor network, a nano-sized power source, and a wireless communication unit. While researching this engineering marvel, I saw that these works of art made at the atomic level can actually scan humidity, light, seismic vibrations, and even genetic materials in the air instantly. The fact that computers that used to fit into huge rooms have now shrunk to a size smaller than a grain of sand hits my face like a slap with the uncontrollable speed of technology. When I read about the neural dust concept developed for the medical world in UC Berkeley laboratories, I felt like crying with joy. Imagine millions of microscopic robots circulating in your veins, detecting cancerous cells 40% faster while they are still forming and destroying them instantly. These dusts, injected into the human body with a syringe, connect directly to the nervous system. Did your blood sugar drop? Is there an arrhythmia in your heart? These nano-doctors intervene in seconds. I am human, and this miraculous development that will save someone's life really affects me deeply. The future of medicine is no longer shaped by scalpels, but in the hands of these invisible heroes swimming in our veins. But when I look at the other side of that shiny coin, an incredibly dark fear covers me. Today, I am trying to hide the data of my smartwatch, which measures my pulse, step count, and sleep pattern, even from technology giants. So how can I be sure that these smart dusts circulating in my blood, my brain, my nerves will not sell my genetic weaknesses, my instant stress level, and even my emotional reactions at that moment to an advertising company or a giant insurance firm? The human body was our last fortress. With this technology, even the inside of our body turns into a data mine, a surveillance area, and this idea really suffocates my soul. Hey, all I ask of you during these challenging times is to like the video and subscribe. I love you all.
On the military and defense industry side, things turn into a complete dystopian chaos, Spartans. America's defense agency, DARPA, known for its dark projects, wants to pour tons of this micro-technology onto battlefields with a program called SHRIMP. Imagine an invisible cloud of microphones, a toxic gas, or biological sensors raining down on enemy troops. Secrecy in wars disappears completely. Every grain of dust suspended in the air transmits instant location and sound data. While reading these reports, I can clearly see that the wars of the future will no longer be fought with bombs, but with these silent killers mixed into the air we breathe. The terrifying detail that really drives me crazy and keeps me awake at night is this. These smart dusts can be carried hundreds of kilometers away by wind currents. The idea that the light wind blowing through my open window while I sleep safely in my own house, in my own bed, could actually be a foreign state spy recording me second by second is an absolute nightmare. In other words, dust thrown at a target can make an intercontinental journey with weather conditions. There is a surveillance network raining down on us from the air out of our control and sticking to our skin. When I look at the sky, I no longer see just clouds, but billions of microscopic digital eyes suspended in the air.
We at Metaverse Planet always talk about the digital world, virtual reality, and artificial intelligence agents, but this technology completely digitizes the physical world and turns it into a simulation. The wooden table I touch, the cotton t-shirt I wear, and even the coffee I drink every morning are covered with these dusts, turning the Internet of Things into the Internet of Dust, which is much more dangerous. Every material in the real world instantly gains a digital identity. The inanimate objects around us are now turning into smart surfaces that feel us, measure our temperature, and report this to cloud systems. This is a complete change not only in technology, but also in the nature of reality. While spending that depressing and ordinary 14-hour shift at the bank during the day and digging into these deep and dark technologies in front of the screen at night, I see how scary the future can actually be. When my shift at the bank ends and I sit down at the computer, I have an epiphany. I am a human. I am truly in love with technology, science, and space. But the idea of mankind losing control so much against these systems they created takes my breath away. Becoming a slave to a microchip we produced ourselves shows that a giant digital prison is being built that ordinary people like me who wake up in the morning and go to work cannot escape. There is no such thing as privacy and personal life anymore. It is completely buried in the pages of history. Today, we are living that funny illusion of feeling safe by covering the cameras of our laptops or phones with electrical tape. But how are we going to tape the air we breathe into our lungs? How will we encrypt the atmosphere, water, and soil inside our house? This technology creates a perfect panopticon where there is nowhere left to hide, where every corner is instantly monitored. While smart dusts become the new and invisible masters of the atmosphere, our only remaining option seems to be accepting to live behind these transparent walls. After everything I've told you, it's your turn to make that big decision. Would you let these smart dusts roam freely in your veins, scanning you from the inside to save your own life, to end a deadly disease before it even starts? Or would you completely reject this flawless technology and step outside the system to remain human and protect your privacy at all costs? The answer to this question will determine who we will become in the future. Come on, subscribe now, and please support me.